All right, so we should have a pretty cool day today. We're just doing a quick little rundown on the patch notes, of course, announcements and sort of events, and of course we're going to look at the Pearl Store at the end. It should be my first impressions. I try to avoid most leaks that happen, just on Global Labs, etc. But I do know some stuff about the Pearl Store just from logging in. But so we should have a pretty decent week today. But of course, we're just going to start with the patch notes. All right, let's see. Yeah, about right for size. Black Shrine. So there's a new Calamity 8 to 10 for this guy, I believe. Let me see. Yeah. So they just added 8 to 10. And they should be better rewards too. Looking at it. Yeah, 380. I assume that's sheet. Just kind of crazy for C10. And yeah, the rewards pretty much follow the same. It's just Pry and Duo. But it's earrings this time, which is kind of cool. Faint Origins of Hungers are added. I don't believe that's the case for sub 8, but I could be wrong. That's actually pretty cool. And of course they're giving more dawns, which is interesting. Actually not a bad amount of dawns. Yeah, not bad at all. Pretty standard rewards, I guess, for going up to C10. If you like doing this, yeah, it's an extra challenge, so not too bad. Alright, let's look at class. These I think they're just bug improvements, or bug fixes, and just slight improvements. Oh wait, no. These are issue fixes, but this one you got more forward guard on Megu. What the heck? In RBF, they removed auto run. That's classic. That's about right. I mean, that's a good change. The people that AFK in RBF, it used to be a lot more popular. These days, it's not really seen as much, but that's fine. Oh, in AOS, we got rank-based rewards, I believe. Yeah. Immortal, are these the titles? Okay, no, yeah, they do show the titles. Let me see. Oh, wait. Are these old? That's pretty interesting, actually, because... Yeah, like, look at Dawn Spear. This is what yellow titles used to look like with the blue background. But they supposedly fixed that with a bug. So I do find it interesting they're adding it back in, the blue background. Unless they just messed up their screenshots. Right, because... titles don't look like that in-game, right? Unless I'm completely wrong. Let me just check. I have to show my name or something. Name. How do I do that? Oh, nope. Bruh. I don't have a title. Very cool. But I believe with the color titles, like the yellow titles, they removed some stuff. Oh my god, Seasonal Sensation. I don't know what that is. Wait, I don't have that? No, I don't have it. The orange ones make it look like I have it. I don't have these. Of course I don't. But yeah, let's look at the in-game yellow titles. They made the background the same color as the title. But it looks like for the screenshots from AOS, they changed this back to the old style where the background would be always blue. Which is kind of interesting, because I know some people did want that. Yeah, Solar Night, the background is blue, even though the base color is yellow. Now, this could just be old screenshots, and they didn't actually change it, but that is interesting if they did. But that's cool. Yeah, just AOS rewards. I believe, yeah, AOS should be over. Yeah, season has ended and it just rewards based on them. So that's cool. If you do AOS, it's not bad. You get a bunch of new stuff. Yep, and Hall of Fame, so no surprise here. Reduce time for house purchases and upgrades. What? Oh, I see. Oh, that's pretty insane. So it just auto upgrades. It's 5 seconds. Yeah, it's great QOL if you're setting up your worker stuff. Yeah, it was weird. Like the 5 minutes and 10 minutes is just, it's such an awkward time. But yeah, if you're like selling stuff, it just makes it so much easier. This is a great change overall. And yeah, if you want to go 0 to 40 or 0 to 4, you can just do it in 20 seconds. It's very nice. Especially if you're like a new player who's trying to build their Garmoth. You don't have like the inverted version, you can get those nodes in Drigan a lot easier. Oops, let me minimize BDO. Oh, trash loot. Is this trash loot? Tied by AP, the weight of junk loot. Is this, they're talking about trash, right? They have to be. Junk loot set at... Have it set if any junk loot... Oh, okay. I see. So anything... Yeah, a lot are already 0.3, but I guess it's anything more. Oloons, yeah, okay. Oloons, Tanuka... Oh, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, that's nice. It's a good... I assume they're talking about trash. I have no idea. But I guess it's just a translation thing. Affected items. Yeah, so all these trash is just going to be 0.3, which is kind of crazy. Especially like the annoying ones. But I believe a lot were already 0.3, so it's not that insane. Yeah, if it was already less, then it won't be changed. But that's good. Weight is one of those weird things in this game that... I don't know, it's pretty restrictive to newer players. Like playing with little weight is just the most annoying thing. So it's good they're changing trash at the very least. Especially since we already have horse stacking maids and all that stuff. It's sort of just like a really nice thing to change. Event, a deal. This is... Oh yeah, I think I did hear about this. This was the Debo exchange for the Idania upgrade mats. If I'm not wrong. Oh no, it's not. Wait, what? Oh no, it is. Okay. This goes on to a new thing. I believe that's the case. Supreme cooking repair tool. What even changed here? How to obtain usage. Restore the dirt. Okay, yeah, so it just lets a new player know what they do. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, sure. Monsters. Fix the issue. Okay, cool. Just some bug fixes. And journal. Thanks to your tracking down. Yeah, the problem they did with journals is it's just roleplay now. Because all the sheet stuff got changed to get put into one of them. So yeah, I guess this is just RP. Oh, you get another Garmoth? Wait. Oh, I see. So this was just a free Garmoth heart. They just put it... Oh yeah, that event ended pretty recently, the free Garmoth heart. So they just made it a part of Wuju's stuff, it looks like. In Magnus. Alright, not bad. Yeah, I mean, an extra Garmoth heart is always pretty useful. Yeah, we'll look at the new boxes after just the events and the patch, which is... We're almost through, actually. Okay, cool. Yeah, Blue Battlefield was super cool. I did like the addition. Unfortunately, being part of a Node War guild, you can't actually participate in Blue Battlefield, which is unfortunate, but it did look really fun. Increase the damage. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I believe last week it came out, and they are still patching it every week, which is pretty cool. Right now it's in the trial period. So it's very nice that they're actively working on it instead of just dropping it and then just, you know, letting it sit for a while. So that's a nice change. I mean, I assume this is a positive change, but not certain. But it's a good thing they're looking at the very least. And this, I believe, is mostly just RP and bug fixes. I know console, there's something going on with console, but I'm not 100% sure since I don't play on console. But I've seen people talk about it a little bit more. Let's see. Yep, and these are all just bug fixes. Do they have an events thing? I think they kind of stopped doing that. Yeah, they used to have a link to the events on the patch notes, but I guess not. We'll just have to do it manually. Oh, okay, yeah, this one got updated to be permanent. I believe so. New sailors, we did that last week. So starting from here is all the new ones, I believe. Let's look at the guild events first, just because I think they're a little bit less important. Add a... yeah. Progression guilds. Oh, they added a new thing. So sometimes guilds will have little tags to them, I believe. I don't know if I can see this in game. Find, register. But I believe function community, I think guilds. I actually don't even know where guild search this is. It used to be, bruh. Guild rankings, I think it's rankings. Yeah, so I assume they added a progression one to this. Oh no, it's not guild rankings. Oh, I might not be able to look into it, unfortunately, because I'm in a guild. Oh wait, I didn't even know they added this. That's kind of cool. You can rank guilds by training levels. Oh, I don't think this works. No idea. Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, in the guild search, there's different tags. So I guess progression is a new thing they're adding in. Is that important? Where is this? Yeah, interesting. Because I know there's life skill, PvP, and stuff like that. So progression might just be generalized. I don't really know. Verification marks. Oh, it's on online members. Okay, well then, unfortunately, that doesn't really help. But I guess that makes sense. But yeah, this event is just... oh yeah, here it is. So you can do combat, life, sailing, adventure. But now it has progression, I guess? Wait, or am I trolling? No, maybe they don't have progression because... I don't know. I guess this just helps people find guilds, which is pretty important in the game. I thought they would add the progression tag here, but I guess not. The guild type is still locked into combat, life, sailing, adventure, so I'm not really sure what the progression thing is. I guess it's just a way to promote your own guild. Yeah, this seems to just be more of a promotion thing rather than an actual in-game function change, which is cool. I mean, guilds is a pretty important part in BDO, to be honest. It does add a ton of value. And guild events. Okay. This could be big. Let's see. Up until December 7th. GMs can submit a proposal. Oh no, this is just RP. Okay, never mind. So I thought this was actually an in-game thing, but it looks like this is more just like a sharing your guild event type of thing, which is cool, but more RP and less in-game functionality, so can't say much about that. I think I did hear about this. They're just giving double Agris Fever a day. Yeah, so we get 20,000 Agris Fever. Wait. At 6 UTC. Yeah, so you get 40k every day. Yeah, that's cool. But I wonder... The cap is still the same though, right? It should be a 10... It's a 100k cap. Or I don't know why this one shows 80k. Yeah, weird screenshot. But yeah, it is a 100k cap. So it fills out in 2.5 days, which is, I guess, cool. I know Agris is a more of a hot topic for grinders just because it's weird. It went from like a thing that let you get extra trash loot if you didn't play as much to kind of like a requirement for grinding, which is very odd. Because it used to be if you didn't have Agris Fever or used it all, you can go to spots that are like better without Agris, but now all spots use Agris, so it's a bit odd. They changed this to be a really weird thing. But it is cool, I guess. Yeah, maybe they'll increase the cap. Agris, yeah, it's evolved quite a lot since it came out. So that is an interesting thing, what they changed with it. They're obviously looking at it, giving out this event. So it could be cool. And there's always like the weird thing where you can also use this in life skilling and not just grinding. So yeah, not sure. Not sure how they balance in the future, but it's a cool thing they're giving an event at least for it. So this might just be login rewards, which isn't too important. Yeah, we just get bonuses. This looks to be a pretty basic reward pool. You get double the Shikatu seals, but in this box, which is, yeah, just kind of random stuff. So yeah, not bad. This is just a monthly login, not really an event. Oh, I did see this. So this is another daily login pass, I believe. Which it looks like, I think AOS one ended. Yeah, the AOS one ended in game, so we just got this. Choose your dazzling adventure box. Oh, interesting. You get 2 paints. Okay, so it's kind of a weird reward. Got an emote, which is pretty cool. 3,500 pearls. That's a little bit... yeah, it's a little bit average. Choose your dazzling. Is that the same one? It is. Glorious made. A 200 stack and 3 of these. Oof, okay. You do get a maid. You do get like the classics, which is maid, premium outfit. 2 maids, actually. Yeah, so it's okay. A 250, 200 stack. These are generally sort of just became super mid. But it is cool that everyone gets a emote. Though that's part of the free rewards, so it has nothing to do with the premium pass, at least. But yeah, exclusive emotes is always cool, so can't complain about that. This one, a 150 stack. It's interesting they put a 150 stack to be equivalent to do 2 paints. Yeah, and 3 Agris coins. I guess, yeah, 3 Agris coins might be sort of the best. But we'll have to see. I mean, it's cool you get a choice. But yeah, this does seem a little bit more filler. Just an extra daily login pass. Nothing insane. 2 maids, though, makes it probably one of the better ones. But yeah, nothing game breaking, I wouldn't say. Okay, that's about it. So I guess we look at the Pearl store now. I don't think there is a new box. Well, the daily special pass is included. Not bad. Wait, is this the wrong one? No, it's November 27th. So I don't know. These boxes, is this a refresh? I mean, I can check in game. Oh, maybe the Pearl box has just ended. Oh, it's just an extra one. So it's the same one. Let me show in game. I can hide this a little bit. So it looks like the exact same. 30k, 40 coupon. Yeah, so it's literally just another one if you want this box. It's pretty decent. I mean, these are the better boxes, 40%, but not as good as 1+1s. Hide that real quick. Yeah, so no 1+1s it looks like. There's a 2+1. 10,000. Oh, is this? Oh, bro, what? That's so troll. I thought this was pearls. No, it's loyalties, so they just fucked up on the icon. Okay, whatever. It looked like a 1+1, but no, it's not. That's crazy. They would do that, but whatever. So yeah, you just get 50% extra pearls. It is better than the 40% off coupon technically, unless you're buying a huge pack, but I think it's about right. So not bad. If you really need pearls, it can be okay. You're getting an extra slightly more than 50% pearls, and then there's just this bait icon. So it's about like a 50% coupon almost. I do think 1+1s are going to come out in Calpheon Ball. That's what I would assume, which is in 2 weeks. So unless you're buying something this week, or like to do with the Black Friday event, because this should be the last week we have of Black Friday sales. So if you really want something this week, yeah, this pack's okay. But obviously it's not as good as the 1+1s. Those are plus 100%. This one's only plus 50% in pearls. Okay, so they re-released titles. This one should last, yeah, just 1 week. So the final week of Black Friday, they're basically just closing it out, it looks like. These are title boxes at 50% off. So similar to the 2+2s, it looks like. Which should be pretty decent. Let me look in-game. Yeah, so these are the exact same. It's just an extra bonus box. So same as the 2+2s. They're decent value. Pretty good filler if you want them. Can't complain with title treasure chests. And they have this guy. If I remember correctly, we've had this before. I think Black Mystery Bundle. I don't remember if the bundle was last year or the box was last year. But we've definitely had these before. These are a little bit more troll, if I remember correctly. 2,800. Let me see. Each box is 2,080. This might not be the same box then. Let me double check. Last edited January 13th, 2025. So yeah, this definitely is a re-release. We've had these before. They drop memory fragments, which is kind of crazy. 4159. Each box is 415. So I assume that's pretty similar to blacksmiths at like what, 20% off? Yeah, like 15% off maybe. Because blacksmiths have a base price of 470. These are 80% off is 415. So probably, yeah, similar to blacksmiths at like not blacksmiths. Yeah, blacksmiths are like 20% off, maybe 15. But these do function as bundles. So you do have the cronstones, which is 300. 300 cronstones is about what, 1,040-ish pearls? So yeah, this box does seem actually pretty good. Just not even mathing it out completely just yet. 100 stack. Choose your, let me look. Mystical Cronstone bundles, Courser. Yeah, obviously a lot of the more rare things are just so low percents, but Courser Trainer Box, yeah, I think this was the same one as last year. A little bit mid, but because it's so cheap, it could be okay. Oh, I see. So this isn't the whole thing. I thought this was the base bundle. No. The base bundle is 935 pearls, so that does make it a lot worse. Okay, so this is the one-time purchase bundle. Probably worth, I would assume. Generally, they are. But this makes the base cost 935 pearls, which is a little bit high. We get one Origins. 10x. What's the biggest bundle? The biggest bundle is a 20x bundle. 12,480. A little bit tough. Base price becomes 624 pearls. That is true, we get an extra 1 hunger. But yeah, hunger, it's okay, because I believe in-game it is pushed a little bit higher. Oops. Yeah, they're no longer, they're pretty close to base. I don't know, they're getting pushed pretty close to base. So, yeah, I'm not really sure the event ones are that crazy. 20, I guess. 20, yeah, it's not bad. The big issue with this Black Friday is because we don't have 1+1s, a lot of your value is going to be gotten from coupons. And since this bigger pack is pretty cheap, you don't really want to spend like your higher coupons on these. It may just be better to get title boxes, unfortunately. This one does look pretty good. I mean the 80% one does look pretty good just because it's so cheap, but we'll have to do the calcs later. They do seem similar to Bombastics, however. I can take a quick look at Bombastics. Because Bombastics was sort of your base bundle that most of these are based on. So yeah, Bombastics gave 300 crons, but the price of the box was 1,000, so the value was a lot worse. This one's only 600 pearls, so probably, yeah, similar to Bombastics at like 35% off-ish. We'll have to see. If I actually, we did look at these 2 years ago, 1 year ago. So I'll look at that. The issue with those boxes, yeah, no, I think this is a re-release of last year. So last year it was sold for 14,560 pearls, and this year it sold for 12,000, and you also get 2 Origins of Dark Hungers. Unfortunately, last year's boxes is just slightly worse. You know, that's so long ago at this point. Is this the exact same? It should have 50k. Yeah, 50k 30. Oof. Yeah, a little bit tough. I do think the discount is going to be pretty decent, though. So, not the worst thing in the world, but I'm not sure it beats titles, to be honest. Because this is a re-released box, rather than a new one. Unfortunate. Oops. Resplendent Adventure Support Pack. What is this? You get an outfit, I guess 2 maids if you want that in a box. Yeah, it's okay. These are more fillers for sure. So nothing insane. Yeah, nothing insane. Oh, what the? 2 ultimates for 5130 pearls. Is that good, however? I think ultimates are about, what, 8,000 at max? 16... it'd be about 75% off. If you want crons, it's going to be like 74%, nothing crazy. Probably still worse than titles, unfortunately, but maybe a slightly higher base if you're really afraid of RNG. This is just a 50% off premium bundle, right? Yeah, this is just premium outfits at 50, so nothing to say there. Classics at 50% off. Classics are unfortunately less cron per pearl than premiums, if I remember correctly. They're like no, actually, I think if you're selling it for silver, it's slightly less silver, but yeah, they're okay. 50% off is nothing. If you just want crons, you would buy titles. Choose your skill change. That's for horses? I think that's just for horses. I don't know why the image they use this box, but yeah. 50% off. It's nothing insane. I mean, if you really need these, sure, but only 5. That's not really that big of a deal. And these are, again, the next GM styles, so nothing huge. And that's it. Okay. So I guess the biggest contention this week is going to be the special pass, which this one lasts until January, so you definitely can hold off and buy this if they release any 1+1s for the Calpheon or just a holiday season. So you don't really need to buy this now, but this does let you put 3,500 pearls towards your pearl blessing if you're working on that. This is just another repurchase. And yeah, the black mystery bundles are going to be the biggest RNG box question, I suppose. They look okay. I mean, if you really need Origins, you're guaranteed 20. It's basically... It's the same sale as last year, but 30% off. Unfortunately, the difference between 2024 box value and 2025 box value is quite a lot. Are these better than just blacksmith boxes is the real question, I suppose. Let's see. In terms of crons, you're getting... let's see. No, it's even worse. It's pretty tough. Would this be better than titles, though, is the big question. I mean, if you have big coupons... The problem is, if you have big coupons, like if you're slamming the 40% off, so you would still prefer titles. And I believe they're still on sale. Let me look in game. Yeah, these guys are still on sale. This is 30k, so you definitely save more with the coupon. I mean, you're still saving 40% no matter which one you buy, but of course this saves you more like base pearls, since it's a more expensive pack. The issue with these, you can get multiple items, but a lot of the drops kind of suck. Like the Corsair Trainers, like training box, you don't even want that at all. That gives you nothing. You can get another bundle, which is pretty cool. That acts as a pseudo reroll. Let me look again at the chances of that. Only a 5% chance though, so pretty low. But these are pretty high percent off. Without looking too much at the calculations, I can probably say this bundle is decent. Just because it's 80. But yeah, it's tough. Yeah, titles are a lot newer. About 6 months newer. Which, considering the progression of RNG boxes, it's about right. Because I remember these boxes, when they were released last year, were already sort of not that crazy. Which, considering that's a year ago's data, it was, you know, it's definitely fallen off by now. Let me look really quickly. Yeah. So these were made before Bombastics. And Bombastics is the one that was sold pretty recently, I believe. Yeah, the Black Mystery Bundle. So if you don't count any crons whatsoever, let's just delete everything here. Boom. Origins, Classic, Buffs, we don't care about anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, so you're getting around, what, like, almost 2k value. 2,000. Let's just make it easy. 1,900. Which is 554 crons. Yeah, nah, it's gonna be a little bit mid. Down. You're getting basically 554 crons per box. So unfortunately, 12,480. It costs 600 pearls per box, which does make it sub. You get less than 1 cron per pearl, unfortunately. Yeah, probably like 0.9. So I think this is going to be extremely similar to the bombastic sale we got pre-Black Friday. This box might be okay because it makes each box 400 pearls, and you get what, around 500. So this one, yeah, it's okay. It's probably 1.3, 1.25 cron per pearl, I would say, which is okay. Similar, yeah, I would say probably similar to titles at, oof, 20% off ish. Let me check. The mental math is not as good as it used to be, I will admit. So yeah, it looks okay, but nothing mind-blowing, unfortunately. Yeah, probably around titles at 20% off the 70x box. So I suppose if you don't have any coupons, it's okay, but we do have coupons is the problem. That is the downside. I think if you do like some of like the non-cron items, so it's cool because, yeah, we do get 10 memory fragments, and that can't be, that's not nothing. You do have a decent chance at RDs and a 100 stack. This one is completely useless. This one's okay, but the RNG on these kind of are whatever. Only a 5% chance to reroll does make it not fantastic. You see most modern bundles giving you like 7% plus. These are okay, and yeah, I guess you do get buffs. 4% off, 4% chance to get buffs. Yeah, man. Is this good enough? Oops. Wait, where'd it go? Here it is. It's basically, compared to last, yeah, 2024 was so long ago, Black Friday. That is pretty tough. Is it worth buying the 180 value pack? Oh yeah, that's probably what we're gonna look at in this video. Is this week is basically a culmination of all the Black Friday deals, so it's all these bad boys. I believe 5,400 is pretty close to the best we've seen. If I remember correctly, there has been a 4,500, so a 50% off deal for value pack. But that was probably last year. 40% off if you have a coupon. So like some 10, 20%, I would just say go for it. It's definitely going to be one of the best. Of course, if you can have 1+1 pearls saved up, it's going to be even better, but that's still just your basic pearls. It is pretty good though. I do like the buff packs if you don't have them. This is, yeah, it's one of the better ones. Black Friday is usually when they start selling the buffs on sale. That's more of the thing. I mean, it's possible we see a 50% off, but if you currently don't have one running, I mean, this is likely one of your better deals. I think not much has changed. We basically added this bundle. Like, for people who like RNG boxes, we basically added this pack, which is pretty good. And this pack. If I look at Pearl Blessings, I bought like a little bit, but I'm not even at 4,000 yet. The 15% one is here at 9,000 spent, and then 23k is just a little bit much. That's when you get your 20% off one. However, if you are looking to buy some of these bad boys, like all the value pack ones, you probably can at least get a 10% off coupon, or one of these 15% off ones. Definitely consider getting this one. This gives you a 10% off coupon. So if you're buying the value pack, you should always be slamming at least a 10% coupon on it. This will save you a pretty decent amount. about 540 pearls. This pack only costs 300, so you automatically save like 100 pearls for nothing. And if you get to the 15% off coupon, you can even consider using that on the value pack. If you want to buy like these guys, they'll put you pretty close to 9k. If you buy this pack, use a 10% coupon on this one, and then you'll have this one you can use on this guy. You'll be close to 9k-ish. And then you can get 15% off of this, which is pretty good. Anything above this is yeah, it gets into whale territory, sadly. But I think this week for whales, it's just this thing again. So you can get... Actually, this one's technically better. So this is, yeah, this is just an extra 50% pearls. It's not as good as 1+1s, but still pretty decent. If you're going to be spending this week specifically. Getting this box is pretty good. And 40% coupon if you want to slam this into another 70x title treasure chest is fine. You'll definitely be closer to another coupon if you do that. Actually, not even. A 30% coupon's at 65k, so you have to buy multiple of these packs if you're going to get anywhere close to here. So yeah, we will do the math on these. You do get a free Origins of Dark Hunger, but eesh, I don't know. The value of these have gone down quite a bit, unfortunately. Ow. This does reset every Monday, but yeah, you're not going to be buying it. Ooh, what is something? That thing was popping up. Where are we? What the heck? Oh. Yeah, I do think we'll have to math it out, but I do believe this is probably similar. If I don't think it's going to be better than titles, however. What are the top 3 gacha pay-to-win boxes overall right now? Titles are similar to blacksmiths. They're very, very similar at base price. So, you know, there's no reason to wait for blacksmiths unless you want the memory fragments in terms of, yeah, getting crons for your pearls. I would say the best one is the rare adventure bundle, but that's not on sale, right? So we can't really commit to that, unfortunately. So titles are definitely at least top 2, top 3. I think they're pretty much tied with blacksmith boxes in terms of crons for your pearls, so there's really no loss in buying them. Of course, this is more, yeah, Black Friday is sadly more of a really heavy whale event, unless you're looking at the buffs. The buffs, like for your middle spenders, the buffs are probably your best value. Like 5,400 for 180 day is not bad whatsoever. The Black Mystery bundles, I'd say, yeah, this one is probably decent. But these are most certainly skippable. There's nothing insane, sadly. And getting titles for 50% off if you're a middle spender is also fine, but these are just pure crons, which just equates to silver, so it's nothing exclusive to spending pearls. I would definitely say if you're less of a huge spender, Calpheon Ball and Holidays are going to be your best bet for 1+1 boxes. Just because if you don't have 1+1 box pearls, you're still spending, you know, you're not getting the 50% off innately. So if you just buy pearls raw, I mean, you're spending double the amount of money for pearls. So everything here essentially costs double, right? Of course, your 1+1 boxes aren't going to be as much. It's only going to be maybe one 100 box and one 60 box. But if you're a mid spender, that's already most of the pearls you're going to be spending in a year, I would assume. Or at least half a year, because usually they release them on at least Hydel and Calpheon Ball. So every 6 months for a middle spender it's fine to just get one like title box or one 1+1 pearl box. But nothing too insane. Yeah, that's the sad part about these boxes is this is a refresh from last year. I mean, and even last year they were kind of, you know, whatever. You saved up pearls from last 1+1. Yeah, it's not bad. Like, if you have some saved up ones, the 50% off deals aren't bad at all. Yeah, we'll see. We'll do a more in-depth analysis in the video format just to like specifically see what's up with these, but it should be similar to the bombastic video we did recently, which is bombastics at 35% off was, you know, an okay, but nothing insane. Titles are just too strong, sadly. Like, these newer boxes are just too strong, along with blacksmith boxes. Especially since they're at a huge discount. If you guys actually want to know the history, these boxes, the problem with these is the base price is completely made up. Where one bundle cost, in their opinion, costs 2,000 pearls. However, it obviously, there's no way anyone would ever buy it at full price. So if we look at last year, which actually I think we can look. At a glance, title, good. Yeah, titles are definitely good. They're still running, so the 10+10 ones is decent, I would say. 80% is probably the only one that is possible to be decent. But I think these are a little bit more mid. Is it? For me, the audio is okay, but I'm not 100% sure. We can literally look at last year's. April, May. I think it was this one. Yeah, so if we look at when they were released initially, the Black Mystery Bundle is last year, November 14th. This is when they were initially released. If you already look at it, they're on a 55% off, which makes this deal is like the base price is 930. You just have to ignore the initial pearls for this one, since on release they were already put at a 55% discount. So we know PA balances them around 930 pearls rather than whatever made up value this has, right? And the 20x bundle was sold for 14,000. So if we compare that to this year, the 20x bundle is now being sold for 12,000. But you do get 20 extra origins, which is not nothing. But the actual discount you're getting is more similar to like a 10% off. Right? Well, yeah, it's more similar, yeah, 15% off compared to last year. And you do have to know that 2024 RNG boxes were balanced a lot less than they are this year. So compared to last year to this year, you're only really getting a 15% off discount. Right? And you get extra 20 origins. So it's nothing insane. I have my doubts that these really compete with title boxes, is my TLDR. I think titles still are superior in almost every sense. This box most certainly is, right? It's titles at 50% off. So this box is crazy. If we look in-game, this packet, yeah, if you're like a big whale, I would assume this one is still a lot better, unfortunately. In the video, we'll probably get it out today. We'll calculate the specific value of these boxes. But yeah, I don't think they compete with titles, unfortunately. Yeah, if you like the blacksmith boxes, what they contain, it's better. Then they can be better. I think titles in terms of crons for your pearls are very competitive with blacksmith boxes. What do you... Well, with coupons, the thing with coupons is you can apply it to either, right? If you have like a 40% coupon. If you have a 40% coupon from this pearl box, you can just apply it to titles, making it even better, right? So the percent saved, you do save more pearls because these cost more. You do save more pearls for your coupon, but obviously if you have a coupon, you can just apply it to titles. It's not like Black's mystery bundles have any exclusive coupons to them, I believe. Unless they're in... No, they're in travel aid. They're not in apparel. So yeah, there's no exclusive coupons to these. So yeah, I would still probably say title. I do think that the 80% off bundle may have some viability to it. But of course, we'll have to do more of the calculations later. The 10 plus 10 one is just straight up better though. So if you're going to be getting something, at least get this. The only time this is slightly worse is if you have a 40% off coupon and you slam it on the 27k one. But even then, this is just so much cheaper and more viable for, like, you know, your middle lower spenders. Oh, thank you guys for the support. Yeah, we'll try to get a video out later today for sure. They reset all loyalties. Did they? My loyalties are still here, but depending on when you played, if you haven't played in... They did reset the loyalties like almost a year ago. So if you didn't play then, yeah, they did reset it, I think. They changed how some of the loyalties worked. Silver, I don't think there's any more. Nope. So yeah, that's not decent. Really, every year. Interesting. Well, I guess that does kind of make sense. We have 33 days left on these bad boys. And after 33 days, that will be New Year's. But they'll take away the loyalties? That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, this loyalty store is okay, but it's mostly for coupons. They'll definitely add new things in for the next year. But if they reset the loyalties, that'll be a little bit brutal. Especially since loyalties are sort of tied to pearl boxes now. Every pearl box deal usually comes with loyalties now. So it's a lot harder for them to sell taking away loyalties when it's an item you purchased with real money. Because before, it wasn't as bad since loyalties was mostly earned in-game. But if someone buys like a pack that has 5,000 loyalties, you know, next month, and then they just reset it and take it away, that might be a little bit more controversial, I would say. But we'll just have to see. Not too bad. So yeah, I think most of the high value deals still stay pretty similar. This week doesn't add too much stuff other than the 10 plus 10 and maybe the 80% off bundle. Most of like the big banger deals are still the same from the last 2 weeks. And of course we didn't get the 1+1s, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, I think that'll basically be it. The video should be out today. I mean, I guess it depends what region you're in, but the video should be out at least within 24 hours. We'll look more in depth into these bundles. My current view is that they're a little bit, they're not that crazy. Sadly, we still have titles, so there's not really a reason to get these above it, I don't believe. And we'll look at the daily special pass a little bit, but this one lasts for quite a while, 55 days, so there's no rush. It's not really part of the Black Friday sales. So yeah, we'll basically do just a general recap of the entire Black Friday and look at the new boxes. But in my current estimation, I don't think much has changed. It does seem to be pretty similar to the first week that it was announced. Like all the good deals. But yeah, not bad. We'll actually try streaming a little bit more just in general BDO. Let me have my name. Some blocks so much. It looks like it. It looks like it, to be honest. Maybe the one-time purchase pack is okay, but it doesn't look too crazy. In terms of crons, of course, right? That's like the big thing, is a lot of these bundles, inside it, it contains like the weird stuff, right? So 100 stack, sadly, these days kind of have fallen off greatly. But they also have buffs and other stuff. But yeah, I think for your crons, these are okay. But I don't really think they're better than titles. Maybe they're similar. It's just these are re-releases, right? They didn't create this box this year. This was balanced around 2024 rates, which is just going to be, of course, a little bit worse than what we may be used to with the blacksmith boxes, you know, the rare adventure boxes and the title boxes. The 10 plus 10s is, yeah, it's very similar value to the 2 plus 2s. Well, it's the exact same value as the 2 plus 2s that we had the first week of Black Friday. So they're basically just title boxes at half off. So yeah, they are very good. I can look at the specific ones. Yeah, we got it. The 50% off ones, let's see, what? Scroll up is, yeah, it's almost as good as 70x box with a 40% coupon. So it's definitely very good. If you are going to be buying any box, this is guaranteed going to be the better deal. Like the only thing that competes in terms of value for your crons is this box with a 40% off coupon. So you would have to first buy this pearl box or this pearl box and then slam the coupon into this one. But this is already like hundreds of dollars compared to just getting this guy, right, for 4,000 pearls. And you can use like a 10% coupon on these anyways, so it's not too bad. These are very, very good value. It's 50% off. You know, you can't complain about 50% off. Those are crazy. And of course, these guys are still going to be good if you haven't bought these yet, which I haven't. I might pick these up. Really, like for me, where I'm more of just like a middle spender these days, I don't buy too much. I'm definitely going to get this one because it comes with a 10% coupon. And probably slam it on the value pack or some of these like decent 3 to 4K packs. Oh, the badges? For me, I prefer putting them into the title treasure chests, the 5x ones. But if you really want the Transcendent, those are okay too, like the 70x ones. But in terms of like, if you're just looking for average value, of course, getting another title treasure chest is going to be better. But you don't get some of like the super cool reach rewards of the 70x box, which some players might find is more fun to get. Like if we show these guys. Yeah, like 70x, you know, it's cool to get 50x boxes, but the probability is 0.2%. It's very, very low to non-existent, right? Of course, the lowest thing you can get is this one, technically, 3,500 crons. But these do cost 70x, which is a little bit more brutal. I do prefer just trading them in for the 5x's. In terms of average value, right? That's going to be your best average value. The pass is not bad, if I remember correctly. Oops, let's not go to last year just yet. They do have an event thing that better puts it. It has 2 of the... Yeah, no 1+1 pearls. Sort of expected, unfortunately. I do think if you're waiting for that, Calpheon Ball is going to be your best bet. Along with... Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Along with the holidays. That's usually when they release it. Last year, they didn't release the 1+1 boxes in Black Friday, so if they continue onto that theme, it's about right. There's the 2+1, but it is slightly worse, sadly. So the thing about this pass is it lasts until January, right? So you do have a lot of time. You don't have to buy this on the current Black Friday sale period. But if you are gonna try to be pushing your Pearl's Blessings, then it might be valid. I do think it's 3,500 pearls, which we've seen before. The most interesting part about this one is it comes with 2 maids, right? Most of the recent daily special passes have only been 1 maids. Have been 1 maid ones. It also has a 250. It's okay. Like if you're like a newer player where these can benefit you, like sort of a grab bag of random items, like a 250, 200, maybe you're pushing like your Sep Oct Kharazads, and you still need maids, like this can be okay. But the weird thing is they made the cool exclusive reward free, so you don't actually have to buy the pass to get this, right? To get this emote. You can get it without spending whatsoever. Yeah, the 2+1 is more of like a 50%, 60% extra pearls, sadly. So it's still good if you're going to be spending this week, but if you're more of a middle spender where you want to wait for 1+1s, then I would probably wait. Yeah, we do have the new class, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, RNG can always go insane. No doubt about that. Yeah, so I would say daily special pass is more just going to be for your... if you really need these items specifically. Usually the percent off, like the theoretical percent off is pretty high. If you need like agresses, you do get 9, I believe. Or is it 6? You get 1 box, 2 box of these new little things. You get 3. So you do get 3 of these new little things, which can be a 150 stack, 3 agresses, or 2 paints. Which is not the worst things ever. If you really need Agris, like if you're going to use all the blessings of Agrises, getting 9 of them, that's 9 hours of Agris coin. That's not bad, actually. Are you reading this correctly? The Black Mystery Bundle has an RNG component, but also gives... yeah. So these are very similar to the Bombastic Bundles. Any item that says bundle, generally you can receive multiple stuff and you have a guaranteed. So these are guaranteed no matter what. You're going to get these 2 items no matter what happens. And then now you have a chance of getting these. So if you look at the percents, right, 40%, 30%, 27, 22, these add up to more than 100. So every box, you're basically averaging maybe 1 to 2 bonus items. So you get crons and memory fragments guaranteed, and you probably get 1 or 2 of these items at the bottom. So they're pretty decent value, but these are a refreshed box from last year, so the average pearl value is just not going to be as high, unfortunately. What to go for to have as much crons as possible, but you also do like fail stacks, of course. Yeah. Currently, I believe title boxes are still probably going to be your best cron per pearl. Oops, wrong. Wait, is it gone? Here it is. Just because title treasure chest, if we look, is just so good. I mean, these are very competitive with blacksmiths. The only difference is that they drop artisans instead of memory fragments. So if you're someone who's dumping mems for silver, they might not be as good, but that's not... people don't really do that anymore, to be honest. So it's fine. Artisans are pretty equivalent. Yeah, it does look like titles are better. It's about 1/8. I mean, we'll do like a rough calculation maybe. I have to sign out of Excel. Excel doxes you now for some reason. They just put your name at the top, so you have to sign out before you stream, or else it'd just be cooked. Let me see. Let's compare. I mean, we can do the full calc here probably. It'll be a little bit more math heavy, but we'll have a guaranteed number at the very least. Where is my book? So I am trying to rank all of the current RNG boxes. Unfortunately, that will take a long time, but we do have some stuff cooking. And we are gonna be changing some of our methods of calculating these things, of course, just because some of them are a little bit rough. Yeah, the 2+2 titles are very good. They're the same value as the 10+10s, and the 10+10s are incredibly solid. It's just 50% off an already very, very good box. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can stream Excel. Tired of RNG boxes? I'd rather have cool outfits or outfit packs. Yeah, RNG boxes, I mean, they're just for converting pearls to crons, which is for tapping gear, which is a very, very straightforward, what do you call it? Money to silver conversion, essentially. So yeah, it is unfortunately a little bit lame, but Black Friday usually doesn't have outfits anyways. I would always prefer limited and interesting things, of course, yeah. But the Halloween outfit was kind of cool, so they did at least work. They're still working on outfits, and I would assume the wintertime holiday outfits, there'll be something. They'll probably tease it during Calpheon Ball, which is in two weeks. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully they do make cool holiday outfits. They don't just make these stuff. I can't complain about RNG boxes, but yeah, it's most certainly a little bit less interesting, right? It's just converting pearls to crons. Well, yeah, or for cron value, right? It's just RNG boxes is really just I want to convert my pearls to crons, and the average will just be slightly higher. Excel. I think I can share my Excel. I'm not 100% certain actually how this works. I don't want to explode my computer. I am logged out, luckily. Box, this one? Yeah, I do think 1+1. I didn't know that. I need to think about. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading. For the Calpheon Ball, I do think 1+1s will come out. In terms of average value, I'm not certain. It's hard to say what exactly will come out, right? Window capture. Wait a second. Didn't work. What the heck? I probably can just stream my screen, but it may be cooked. This one? No. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. But we'll see. Yeah, life skill, we do. I think I will stream life skilling soon. I do want to do the Adania stuff at the very least. Yeah, the new box, we'll do the specific calculations here, but I'm trying to stream my screen, but it's not working. 1 plus 2 boxes, that would be insane, but that's asking for a little bit much here. We'll take it. If they do release that, I mean, we'll take it. It is interesting since, yeah, ooh, okay. This is very bright. Yo, light mode, let's go. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Oh my. Here. Oh. I had to sign out, so I'll make it a little bit more gray if that's what you guys prefer. Unfortunately, it just messes with it. Excel is a little bit finicky. Yeah, the 10 plus 10 title boxes is going to be the best. Oh, here, I can show you guys. Boom, boom. So if you're just looking for quick value, the smaller one-time purchases are going to be the best. No contest, right? So these boxes, the 10 plus 10s. This one's okay, but yeah, worse than the 10 plus 10s guaranteed. And if we scroll all the way down, the 2 plus 2s are good. They're so good I bought them, right, myself. So can't complain about that. These are going to be the best value. Right now, we're going to look at the Black Mystery Bundle compared to the title boxes, but if you just want my initial quick assumptions, I assume these are going to be a lot worse, sadly, in terms of crons. But we are going to calculate it specifically here. Window capture me. How scuffed will this be? Maybe I just stream my screen actually, because this is like so scuffed. Display capture. Yeah, let me just slam a display capture. This one, I believe. Or, oh, I don't want to stream. What? Oh, here we go. Cool. This is gonna be scuffed. I mean, unfortunately, it's guaranteed. So we just look at this value, right? Boom. Compare it to this guy. Clear formats. Whatever. Here we go. And we don't need this line. So if we look at the probability of these items, it is going to be similar to bombastics, right? So we do have the bombastic page here. When you look at it, you do have your guaranteed items and then just your random items. This one does seem pretty decent, but some of these are very low to like maybe no value to some people. Bombastics are definitely more old school, right? So what we want to do here is just multiply it all. If we look at titles, you're getting around average 1,600 pearls for 470. Okay, and this is at base price. So we have to assume that these guys beat titles, which is about a 70% discount, right? And it's unlikely, it's possible, but it is unlikely considering these boxes were released last year. And they're only about 15% better deal than last year. So of course we want to multiply these two. And that's going to be your general contribution. So having a oh, oops, no, I trolled. We have to do value first. Right, and I believe in my old page, boop, boop, wrong, okay, yeah, here we go. We have a decent value for these just from last year. So this is an entire year ago. Most of these should be pretty correct. I think Mystical's the only... No, that one should be correct too. We did normalize our system a little bit further back. So this, yeah, this is mostly correct. Oops. Okay, well, the order's wrong. Shut this downwards one. Bruh. There we go. And these guys moved up. Does this make sense? Yeah, basically. Boom. So the only thing that really changed is the Black Mystery Bundle. So having the extra 5%, we just won't value that currently. And then we'll normalize it later on. This basically just means that each box you open, you have a 5% chance to generate a second box, which allows you to open it again. So every one box open is basically one box plus 5%. And these should all be decently valued. I did lower my valuation of these a little bit lower. This one's going to be more arguable. But yeah, most of the rates seem okay. Stacks, I did change this. 150 stack, I think, is around 3,000 now, if I remember correctly. 130, I don't have valued, but we'll move it down to 2,200. Oh, and these are wrong. Origins, I value them at 170 now. Based on your thoughts, have RNG boxes been getting better or worse? Well, they've been re-releasing some old school boxes. So for example, Bombastics were released recently, and these at base price is of course worse. At a higher discount, they're okay, but in terms of the new boxes they actually created instead of re-releasing, those have gotten better. So blacksmiths and then titles are very, very close, very competitive. They're almost tied, like exactly tied. And then we got the rare adventure bundle, which is the best box ever, and that is probably the most recent box anyways. I think if we look here, which is the entire list of everything they've ever released, the rare adventure bundle is the best, and that's the most recent one. The title treasure chest is tied for the top two, and of course we have blacksmiths over here. So some of these stuff like the shining travel, gleaming bundles, and dazzling, they're okay, but overall I think we have been trending upwards in that most of the deals we've been getting have been better over time. Okay, so now we just multiply the value by the probability. So no matter what, you're getting 1,000 worth of pearl value, right? Because you get 300 crons no matter what. 300 crons is worth 3.424 pearls each. Oops. So it's about 1,000 pearl value. Right, and if we sum it all up, we should be very close to our last year's calculation, which is about 2,000. Is this correct? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Yeah, this is for the black bundle. Unfortunately for Kron only, we lose a lot of the stuff, right? So we don't care about... We don't care about buffs. We don't care about... I don't believe we care about the feather box. Let me check. Ooh, they don't show it anymore. That's really annoying. They used to show these... Oh, yeah, it's this one. So you can't... This is the thing that increases your mount's stats by 1%. This used to be a lot more valuable, but then they started selling them instead of it just being exclusive to an event. I do remember this. So this is, yeah, this is around when that event came out. But if we look here, I think the pearl may be wrong, but yeah, you get about 4 for like 5,000, 6,000. Yeah, they're cool. I mean, I remember when they came out, they were like insane. You need the Krogdala. They were called like Krogdala. Yeah, these guys. I mean, they gave one out for free, so I just have them stockpiled. But they were pretty crazy. We definitely decent, but they don't have Kron value, of course, unfortunately. So it is still 0. Gula's is also not Krons. Premium outfits is Krons. Maybe These guys, no crons. Classic is crons. Blessing, no. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, about 1,700. Let me remove this. Sorry, let me read chat for a second. Oh yeah, it is. This was last year's. Oops. This was last year's winter outfit. It's pretty good. They did go kind of crazy with outfits, to be honest, for like a little bit. Is the 80% off Black Mystery Bundle worth buying? That's what we're looking at now. I would assume if you already bought your 50% off titles, so like these, they should be pretty good. They might be the second. I don't believe these outfits, no. I don't know about snowboarding. They might do like another iteration of it like they do with the summer outfits. But I think these specific ones, they may not bring back. It depends. They had like a weird stint in 2023 to 2024 where they made outfits that explicitly didn't come back. But I'm not so sure if this falls into that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, your 10 plus 10 titles are the best ones, for sure. Guaranteed, no matter what, these are going to be the best. Unless you're going to go for the 70x boxes with a huge coupon. But we're checking out right now what the blacksmiths do. So here we go. So the thing I changed was essentially I valued the seals differently, but that's more than fine. If we look at here though, let's see. Sure, well, will we name it the same? I don't know. I don't think I'll name it the same. So this is before we factor in the bonus box, which is this guy here. You have a 5% chance to get a bonus one. And the value is about this divided by... I believe it's 1 minus 0.05. So whatever the chance of getting the bonus box is. So it does seem the average value is about 1,800 if you only care about crons. And, okay, I trolled here. Sorry, my bad. If you don't care about crons... This should work. It is a lot higher if you just want all items. Unfortunately, all items includes really weird stuff that you may not want, like artisans, 100 stacks. It may not be the most preferable thing. But this is after 5%, whatever. The price of these, if we look at the... Is it here? Yes, it is. If you look at the value here, these are theoretically 60% off, but it's like a very fake 60% off. Oops, nope. You guys can see my calculator. Okay, cool. Nice. Wow, you can see me slowly type in these numbers. It's 624 base. Sometimes I do stream on Twitch, but this one is not on Twitch. Just because this is more just like a quick stream. I mean, this is just whatever, 415. I think it's 460. Well, we'll do the decimals. It's fine. Okay, yeah, it might be then. Yeah, sometimes they do the FOMO stuff, which, I mean, it is what it is, right? So first we'll calculate the number here. Boom. Oh no. And then if we drag it down, we'll see what our... Wait, this is wrong. What? Oh, yeah, my bad. Because I trolled on this one, that's why. Okay, cool. So this is your discount. Boom. So this is your discount for 624, which is your 20x box. And this one is your discount. Oh god, the gray background makes it really hard to see. For your 80% bundle. So for Cron only, at 80%, you're getting a 77% discount. which is, if you guys are wondering, equals... Oh, actually, we don't even need that, really. If I remember correctly, and we have the titles... Yeah, so these are the title boxes. It's white. I apologize, but it must be. If we look at the title boxes, the 1+1 pack is, for crons, is about 77%. So the Black Friday bundle at 80% off is very similar to the 1+1 pack for titles. Even slightly better if you count all items, but the all items one is skewed upwards a little bit since the price of the gulags may be a little bit higher. So if we look in-game, essentially what this means is these guys are going to still be the best, no matter what for crons. This one follows really, really closely behind, so if you are going to be spending something, getting these two is fine. But the 20 pack, I believe, is very mediocre, unfortunately. Oops, here we go. So if you go down to the 20x pack, it's only a 65% discount. Which, yeah, I guess is similar to the... Oh, no, it's not. So the titles, this base 70x box for titles is already going to be greater by quite a bit. A 73% discount, about a 1.1 cron per pearl. While the black bundle is only a 65% discount, right? And of course, with these, you can slam on higher coupons. You can do that for this bundle too, but since the base price is so much lower, I wouldn't really. That being said, this one you do get origins, right? So the thing we haven't done yet is you get the 20 extra origins, which 20 is about the same as a entire premium outfit box. So it can be okay if you really want these, but I think titles are still going to be better. Do you count the extra stuff? For this one, we're not mathing in the blessings. We're just comparing this box with the titles. Because for both of these boxes, of course, you get the additional bonuses from the Pearl Blessing event. The meta, though, for Pearl Blessing events, if you're curious, and we have 1 week left, the value you get from this event is really from the coupons. The bonus items are they're okay, but they're not crazy. We did go over this in the first week of Black Friday sales, if you want a little bit more in depth, but basically what this lets you do is it just lets you extend the value from using a discount coupon on these to multiple purchases. So if you're someone who's spending a lot of money and you're going to be getting like 15x's of these packs or even more, I mean, you have one more reset, so you could theoretically get 30 still. Then this Pearl Blessing event is what you're going to be using, because you can slam a 40% coupon and then like maybe a 30% coupon, and then you can chain it into more 30%. But the actual total value you get is very similar to the first purchase of one pack. It just lets you buy multiple packs. So the blessing event is really for like the really high spenders, the giga whales, right? It's a lot less for just your normal consumers, people who aren't going to be buying so much. But yeah, these are going to be your final numbers, essentially. Your one-time purchase is, of course, going to be better. So actually, I would recommend it then, at the very least. Yeah, the regular folk. So in terms of math, though, these two packs are pretty similar. This is still going to be the better one. But this one actually is a lot closer than I expected. In terms of the bundles, if you really like Origins, arguably, but I think the Origin value isn't good enough. Oops. Because we can actually just pop this in here. Here you go. You can look at the scuffed method I use. Without 40% coupons outside of the 2+2s. Yeah, no, titles should still be better. But if you are like a lower spender, you can just get these packs, right? If you're only buying the 2+1 pack, the total amount of pearls you're going to be getting is about 1,600. So if you buy this pack and this, if you buy these two packs, it's already 8k pearls, essentially. So that's half. The problem here is you're only really going to be able to get like the smaller bundles, which is pretty tough. But in general, if you, no matter coupon or no coupon, the titles is going to be better. Almost definitely. These bigger packs compared to the black bundles. I mean, we're going to look at it very specifically here. Okay, the format is all scroll. Because this is last week's, right? So this is going to think, this line is going to be the one you're focusing on. Because this is no coupon. And this line is going to be this week's black bundle. Or yeah, black mystery bundle. So if you look at what we just calculated, which is a bunch of random numbers, but it's basically 2,600 for all items, 1,733 for regular items. I'll put this on my second monitor, but you get this times 20, because you get 20 bundles, and you add in 3,400, which is your value from 20 Origins of Dark Hungers, right? So you get about this. This is wrong for some reason. This shouldn't be wrong. What the? Maybe because I have to type it in myself. Cool. So in terms of all value, just because there's so much random stuff here, it is pretty competitive with the titles. However, this one is a little bit overestimated, I will say. If we look at Cron only, it drops significantly, which does track, right? It's about 1,733 for one bundle. You get 20 of them. And we don't add in the Origins because that's not Cron value. So as you see here, it goes down a lot. And this kind of tracks because the Black Mystery Bundle was released last year. And back then, PA didn't put that many Crons in these boxes. Just a little bit less than what we would expect now with like the Blacksmith and title boxes. So the Cron per pearl you're getting is actually 0.8. So it's a lot lower than just the regular title boxes. So it doesn't really matter the amount of coupons you have. It's just going to be lower. If you look at the regular title boxes, it's about a 67%. So even if you buy title boxes at full price, in terms of like your Cron value, you're just going to be getting a lot less. The X20 pack is is worse, but it's still going to be better than the black bundle, these guys. Because you would have to get the 10X pack here, right? So you'd only get a 60% discount, theoretical 60% discount compared to the 70% here. So you're going to be losing value. I can check in game actually. So yeah, if you're going to be getting closer to the 20 or 10 pack, you're going to be comparing these two. Title boxes are going to be better if you care about Crons specifically. Now, if you care about, like, if you don't mind the other random items, so for the Black Mystery Bundle, it's going to be like these things, the non-Cron items. So if you really want a 100 stack or artisans, or you want this horse thing, then these arguably could be doable. Like maybe you really want buffs. But in terms of Cron value, no, titles win by far still. And that's basically what this show, not this one. This sheet says over here. Oh, is this the right one? Oop, Jesus. Right, so if you only care about Crons, you're getting 1.1 Cron per pearl. And this is, yeah, this is of course at the 70x, but if we compare that to just regular boxes, so if you just do title, treasure, right? So 1x box, the price is 470 because you're not getting a discount. But the value, okay, I apologize for the spam. Nope, this was last year. Is this one? Yeah. The value you're getting is about 1629, so I will minimize this. It's about this. Oof. So if we look at the cron value, you're already getting more at full price. So this is a complete full price, no bundle. So as you can see, the percent off for if you care about all items. So this is value in all your value packs, your just random stuff. The black bundle would be better. But if we're talking about crons, title still wins by far. And this is at base price. So we're not even including any discounts or anything like that. The reason for this is because, yeah, as we know, historically, since these are a 2024 bundle that are being re-released, PA gave a lot less crons. And if we look at the title treasure chest, this was released in like June, July of this year. You do get just a lot more crons. So I would say for most people, I DC'd. Did my internet go out? No. I don't know. All BDO's gone. I don't know. That's troll. I guess BDO has shot me. So I cannot show in-game. However, if we just look at regularness, yeah. But I would say if you're a middle spender, so you're not going to be going for the huge boxes. I wish I can show in-game. I think we can look at last week's. Yeah, unfortunate. I think 20... Was it this one? No, this was the week before this. I think it's this one. Double check. Or was it November 6th? Yeah, okay, it's these guys. Cool. Can I show in game? Nope, in game's still gone. So yeah, if you're a middle spender, just getting these guys, like the 50% off bundles, or the 80% off. So this one is pretty good. This is going to be your highest value, and probably the most I would recommend is if you're looking at these, just getting the 10 plus 10s, the 80% off, and maybe the value pack that's still running in the store for 180 days. Value packs, you can't sneeze at. It's probably one of the better buffs. In terms of Comma and Old Moon, I don't buy these because Commas you can pretty easily pre-order. And Old Moons, it is more difficult. You probably get a lot less, but it is still pre-orderable. So these I don't really buy. I also don't really run them anymore. I just run value pack, if anything. Did it get back in? No. Rest in peace, BDO. It's over. I thought my internet went out, but I guess not, since I'm still streaming. But yeah, if you get like these guys, 940 pearls, plus your two one-time purchase bundles, it's already going to be pretty close to 9k, maybe even 10k pearls spent. So if you're just buying, for middle spenders, like getting this, if you don't have any extra pearls, and then going for the 50% off bundles, and then maybe value pack is just going to be all that you do for this Black Friday. Going down to, like, if you have extra pearls, right, would I recommend going down to like these ones, which is a 50x or 20x? That is a little bit more tough. Because the 20x bundles, they're not bad, but obviously innately you're just losing some value no matter what you do. And even if we look at the value of the 70x bundles over here, at base price, it's nothing to extremely write home about. It's only a 73% off cron discount, which is not bad, but it's nothing insane. Like if we look here, which is, this deal is still going on, this pack, which is, this is guaranteed an 80% off deal for crons. It expires December 4th, so it's still going on. And if you add this into the previous two boxes we talked about, you're spending about like 1,300 pearls already. Ish, right? I think, is that the Velia Bell? No, that was not the Velia Bell. But if you're spending that much pearls, that's about going to be all you need for a middle spender. You're not going to be spending that much every sale. So yeah, that's probably it. Because these bundles already cost 4,000. 4,000, 4,000, about 800, 8,000, I mean. You slam in this guy, it's going to be about 11,000. Sure, you do save some pearls from the coupons, but not that much. And then, of course, we know that in 2 weeks, we get Calpheon Ball. So that's the big... That's when I would expect the 1+1 boxes to come out, and they're also going to have pretty similar deals, right, to this one. So it's likely they're going to have the 80% off deal here again. They have released this pack twice recently, so they might refresh it, or something close to like that 75 to 80% off crons. And if you have extra pearl saved, yeah, you may as well. They might even like put out an outfit, stuff that are more exclusive. So you would prefer to buy those other than like going to these kind of mid-value packs, I would think. But I mean, if you're at 20k, this one's okay compared to 70. You do lose a little bit of briny blue badges, but that's not the most insane thing ever. Oh, and my BDO fully crashed. Very good. But yeah, I think that's basically it. We're going to release a video soon, and we're going to basically do an overview, similar to what we did today, but a lot less meandering. But yeah, the Blacksmith bundle is close in value. The 80% off one is going to be your best bet. Getting that plus your 10+10s. And if you're like a super whale, title treasure chests, of course, are just going to be straight up better than the Black Mystery bundles, sadly. Unless you really prefer the items. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, my BDO crashed, so I can't launch that again. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. In terms of actual content, we are going to do a video on group grinding coming soon. And then we're actually going to talk... we're going to try to do a little bit more streaming. I don't mind streaming, but it does have to be a very specific time, right? So that is the downside. Yeah, I hope that was enough information. You should be able to go back in the VOD and look at the early stuff if you have any questions. And yeah, that should be it. So thanks you guys for hanging out, and we'll try to get the video out by today.